Well, hello, Cancers. I'm doing your spring equinox tarot scopes, and we're going to go over some of the oracles that we pulled for the overall energy of the next 3 months for you, as well as a tarot card on each of the individual months, March, April, and May, to get some kind of general idea to prepare for either opportunity disguised as loss or actual opportunity and victory preparation. So, you have a really interesting reading. First of all, we're getting your spirit animal is the electric eel spirit, bringing your ideas to life. And there's a lot of blue there, obviously, because it's in the ocean, but also bringing in, the throat chakra and speaking your truth and hearing what is true and understanding, and also your third eye. So, bringing something into the physical being is going to require a belief from you that it exists on another energetic level, if that makes sense. All right, so let's just keep moving forward with that. Bringing your ideas to life. From the career spot, you're getting Keeper of the Earth. I protect and nurture the earth, reminding others to walk in beauty upon our sacred mother. So make sure you're getting some time outdoors this spring, regardless of how busy you are with work and other things. Nature is going to be really inspiring for you as you move forward. One of the things that is coming up for you as an issue is the fear of success. Now, this could be in any area of your life, and I'll explain a little further what you have coming in here. Being successful does not mean I will be abandoned. Success is doing what makes my soul sing. Okay, so there's a lot of changes coming in for Cancers, and they're going to start taking place in the spring months. Okay, really, it looks like towards the end of spring, you're going to have a major choice to make. And I feel like that could be in career, it could be in love. We'll move on from that. It could be both. So take it how it resonates in your life. It could be health, it could be wealth. No category is incorrect as it resonates for you. Okay. From the angels, we're getting speak from the heart, which goes into that blue again, talking about the throat chakra. So I want you to really check yourself and your throat chakra and see if you are speaking your truth. See if you're comfortable enough. And sometimes we're not speaking our truth because we don't really know what our truth is. So if you've been going within this winter, which I definitely get an energy of, when you come out this spring, you're going to surprise some people, and that's okay. That's good. Okay? As long as things are shifting from you, from your heart space, and there's going to be some inspiration around you that's going to give you the confidence. So if you don't have it quite yet, don't worry about it. Just continue to be open for it and asking for it from the angels. This is a big growth period for me. These are my rune cards. Okay? And you are in a time of big growth and change in your life during the spring equinox period. So by the time you're rolling into your birthday months, you are really going to have a whole new life to plan, which is going to be amazing for you because it's been stagnant for a really long time, and this energy is very welcome coming in. It will be uncomfortable. Parts of it will be uncomfortable, so you need to prepare yourself to get out of the comfort zone. So whatever you need to do to get yourself prepared for that, I would begin now. You have the thinking woman, okay? And again, this does not have to be gender specific. Take it as it resonates for you. But this talks about really just trying to find a strategy and trying to decide what it is that you want and trying to operate from a place of logic. And that's not really where you're going to find it, okay? So if you've been struggling from that, rely way more on your intuition during this time period as you're getting inspired, as you're making changes. You also have the card of enlightenment right in the solar plexus energy, which brings us our motivation, our ambition, and our confidence, okay? So there's a spiritual journey that you've been on, whether you realize it or not. And you are going to get some answers, and you are going to feel very good in the decisions that you're making, even if right now you can't see the clear path ahead. Okay, that's coming in for you. You're where you're supposed to be. You're just not supposed to stay there, if that makes sense. Okay? Underlying energy we have for you is temperance, but we have it in reverse, okay? Which this is talking about a need to really accept the light and the dark of ourselves. And in order to understand our weaknesses, not so much that we can negatively berate ourselves and tell ourselves that we can't have what we want, but so that we can understand ourselves better and set us up for success. So for instance, one of the things for me, I have time blindness at times. So unless something is in my view, I will forget that it exists and that it is due and that I need to do something with it. So a lot of times I'll just lay things out ahead of time so that they will be in all of the places that I'm going to look the next day. So like it doesn't have to be something like that for you, but what I'm saying is you need to understand what your weaknesses are instead of denying them or instead of giving yourself a hard time about them so that you can improve upon them as you move into your next, trip around the sun. Now we're getting in March, there's perseverance, okay? So there could be a lot of frustration coming up for you in March, and just hang on there. This is the Wounded Warrior card. You are at the end of the battle. We go into 10 as overburdened, and that ends the cycle, okay? So just make sure you're not taking on anything extra at this time if you can help it, because you're really burnt out, okay? The month of March, you're going to need to take some rest. You're going to need to really, and makes a perfect sense as to why you're not able to clearly see the path ahead or get into your solar plexus or your third eye energy or your throat chakra for that matter if you're so burnt out and tired that you don't have the energy to fight anymore or know what you're fighting for exactly. Okay, so that's going to come to an end. Come April, you are going to be out and you are going to be seen, okay? Get out there, meet people, socialize, don't drain your energetic battery, but don't hide at home. Okay, you need to be out, you need to be seen. You'll enjoy it more than you think. Okay, and come May, we're looking at a lot of options and a lot of choices for you. Okay, and just to remember, number one, don't sell yourself short on what options you do have. Okay, because you have many, but also investigate them because each cup has something in it, and sometimes it's almost like, and I think I was talking about this in a reading not that long ago, when you buy, like, just say it's like a bucket of candy for Easter or something like that, and it looks like it's filled with candy, but really it has styrofoam in the bottom half of the basket, so you kind of feel gypped, or when you open a bag of chips and they've all settled to the bottom. That's the energy that I'm getting on some of these cups, so just make sure that you're really doing your due diligence when investigating that, okay? But the other ones are very abundant, okay? So don't deny yourself that. Just be discerning in that way, because when you get out and about in April with the Queen of Wands energy, you're going to be very attractive to people, not just romantically, but also as job prospects come in, okay? So vet them accordingly. And love energy for Cancer, and we'll end on that. We have abundance and date. So I love this for you. Abundance, keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. So we have some beautiful love energy coming in for you. And date, meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, plan, setting a date. So this may go with the Queen of Wands energies for you. So come April, some of you who have been single a long time or just, maybe not happy in your relationships, get out and be seen and see if maybe there's somebody better suited for you out there. It does look like a good time to have a little fun in the romance department while you're waiting for the career things to come through. And that may also be part of what your inspiration is. So good luck, and you will have your full reading in the summer solstice readings that'll come out in the next 3 months. Good luck. Hello, Scorpios. We're going into your spring equinox reading. We're going to do a preview of the next 3 months. March, April, and May. We're going to go over some of your oracles and also the energies to be expected. One of the first things that's coming out for you from the energy deck, though, that I want to talk about is the 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron, okay? And Archangel Metatron is an amazing energy to be around you. He's one of the archangels who lived in human form. So sometimes if you are the type of person who struggles with believing that you deserve angels, or struggling with things about yourself that you deem unworthy, this is a great energy to have, of that acceptance, of that spiritual growth, as feeling a soft place to land, and having somebody come in and understand you. This also comes into for some of you that are experiencing mediumship abilities, whether in your dreams, in your courses of study, or the unnatural ability that everyone is born with, that has been a little stronger in you. Sometimes this can happen too if you've experienced a very deep loss. Usually if you have this already within you, When you lose somebody that means so much to you and they're on the other side, the love doesn't stop at that point in time. And you do tend to, if you are open to it, pick up more things. So this may be specific for one of the Scorpios who are known to be intuitive anyway as a sign. Okay. So let's just start there for a minute. Then we're getting horse spirit. Freedom is yours, okay? So if you've been feeling trapped or stagnant with your options, especially over this winter time, you're going to see that shift come in the spring. You maybe because maybe you've been dealing with some seasonal depression or, something like that, but as well, having this energy coming in of, the light being as equal to the dark and, not as like I said, if it's seasonal depression, not as depressing for you. Me personally, I don't like to go driving at night, so I go less places in that time. So it brings a certain freedom that's coming in, but the freedom that's coming in for you as well, and that's number 33. If you're a numbers person, is acceptance, and we have this in your root chakra, and then we talk about the sixth chakra with Archangel Metatron. I know we didn't get into that for you, but we're dealing with your lower chakras that need some attention at this point in time. Because if we tend to be pulling attention into our lower chakras, the root, the sacral, and up to the solar plexus, it means that we're vibrating lower. There's something that's pulling our energy down, that we don't feel safe enough or secure enough to be able to rise up to those other chakras, that feeling of connection, that heart space. So that might be a blockage that has been standing in your way, but it's going to be lifted, okay? But if you could work on those lower chakras, do some meditations, you could throw one on YouTube, you can attend one, you can, hit some Reiki into those areas, or just some attentions and intentions to get those to a higher vibration. You can sleep with it on. There's some YouTube ones that you can put on and, sleep while you have those hertz and those vibrations coming through. So that may also be helpful if you have found sound healing to be effective for you. The rune card that we're getting is a breakthrough, number 22. So first of all, you have angel numbers all over this reading. You're starting with Archangel Metatron coming in to work with you, and you have breakthrough 22, horse spirit 33. So already we have a ton of angel energy and spiritual energy around you for your journey this spring. Okay, again, if you've been feeling stagnant, if you've been having some issues, which we'll discuss shortly, this is a big breakthrough for you. A good period of time where you're able to find a better ground, a better vibration for yourself. You're getting keeper of sports. My love of sports reflects the universal values of loyalty and teamwork. You may be actually coaching, being involved, or being a spectator. And now that spring's coming in, I don't know anything about sports, so I think it's baseball season, I'm pretty sure. But that is something that you could be active in or enjoy, okay? And there's a nod to that. And then we also have perseverance. It is time to keep trying, even though I feel like giving up. The universe is stronger than anything that will work against me. I will prevail. And again, this with Metatron here, you may have been struggling. You may have had a really harsh winter. And I just really want to give you the words that you do have the opportunity to turn that around, okay? With the sun coming out longer throughout the day, it will come out longer in your life as well. I really do feel seasonal depression for a lot of you, okay? As a matter of fact, all the Scorpios that I know love the beach, so maybe there's a correlation there. You might let me know. We also have from the angel deck, we're getting check your emotions, okay? And that's number 32 here. And I am so guilty of this, so I say this with no judgment. Sometimes when we're dealing with situations, our initial reaction can be extremely emotional. And if we are not able to, I'm not saying you should hold back your emotions, but if we're not able to suitably express them, it could leave us with a feeling of guilt or remorse or regret in how we're processing that. So just be aware of that as well. Underlying energy, we do have stability. So there is an energy coming back to you where, again, if things have been really up in the air for you or really just you've been having a struggle time, the underlying energy here is that is going to come in for you, okay? That is going to settle in. You will feel more secure. You will have time to make actual plans. You will feel good about your plans. There's just been so much that has really just exhausted your efforts over this winter. I mean, it could have been longer, but I'm just looking at the recent past. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, but we have that in reverse, okay? So this is an effort that's like slow and steady wins the race, planting seeds, moving forward. Something stopped here, okay? So something you were giving your energy to, you stopped. And it looks like for a lot of you, this could be a partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic, probably is. It doesn't have to be. It could be in work. It could be in some type of family situation where you're connected with somebody else that you need both of you to work together to get to one goal. And it looks like something happened here where you stopped putting effort in. Now, I'm not judging here. I don't know if you stopped putting effort in because that's what you were getting from the other party and that's really why you felt that way. Or maybe you got busy with something else and you didn't notice, okay? But that's March. So April's coming in for you and your focus is on partnership, okay? It's absolutely on partnership. So there's been a lot of, I'm actually going to skip to your romance cards before we get to the next one, just because of what I see here. Okay. So this could go one of two ways. You know, the first thing we have here is we have addictions affecting your relationships, okay? So you may be dealing with somebody who is codependent, a little bit obsessed, possessive, controlling, and has some types of blocks. This could be actual addictions as well, drugs, alcohol, food, gambling, those types of things, okay? But there's a codependency here, and maybe the effort that's been stopped being put into from the Scorpios is the energy of the codependence. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be an enabler to this or let this affect my life so dramatically, because I could be living a lighter and brighter life and I'm here pulled down to these low vibrations, which would really gel with the first energies that came up with you. And I you know, I'm sorry for some of the Scorpios this is not resonating with, because this does feel really specific, but I feel like it's an important message to come across. All right. And you have ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. All right, here's the thing though. In April, we have a focus on partnership. And the partnership could be recovering from this codependent, obsessive behavior and going into, maybe there's been some counseling, maybe there's been some compromises, and it could be ascending to a better place, okay? However, this could be that one party is staying exactly where they were and as they were, and the other party, which I feel is you, Scorpios, are ascending to another level vibrationally, and you're just not going to have as much in common or the want or need to be in this union anymore, and you may see yourself out of it. And if you see yourself out of it, there's a really good chance that you have a true and new partnership coming in right behind it that's being blocked right now from a partnership that you've given so much effort to over time. Never, ever, ever make a choice based on how long you've been making that choice. And if you need to leave a relationship, but you've already put 10 years in, if it's time to leave the relationship, don't worry about the 10 years that you put in. Worry about the next 10 years that you may sacrifice and if it's worth it. Okay? And then we have in May, we have some, it hasn't really quite happened yet. We do have some good news coming in. Okay? And some of you, this might be about your child. Okay? If your child's been struggling, maybe towards the end of the school year, they'll be bringing that up or have less pressure. If this is just talking about messages in general, if you've been waiting for news about something, we do have some good news coming in for you in May. Okay? So, good luck, Scorpios. Okay, and last of the water signs, but not least, happy birthday, Pisces. You're going to get a little bit more of an extended reading than the others as we look at your year ahead, as well as we're looking at your next 3 months. Okay, so one of the most interesting things coming in for you at first is the fact that you have so much green in this energy. So there's going to be a lot of earth energy coming in for you. There's going to be a lot of heart healing or heart chakra healing coming in for you over these next 3 months, because right now we're just looking at the spring. We're looking at March, April, and May. Okay, and we have Archangel Raphael coming in here for healing. Okay, so this could be physical healing if you're dealing with some health issues. This could be heart healing, healing of relationships. So you have Archangel Raphael as your guide right now coming in, and not everyone who has a reading has a specific angel. You're getting a card from an angel deck. It doesn't mean there's an actual angel working with you from that deck. I'm not saying there's not angels working with you. There's many angels working with you all the time. I just mean that this specific angel coming in for you talks about the theme, the overall energy that's coming in for you and what's available for you at this time. Overall energy of the tarot cards, we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is slow and steady wins the race. This is planting seeds. This is, a long-term goal that you're moving towards, okay? If this isn't a relationship, this could be either you or the other person taking things very slowly. But because they want to do things right, okay? Because they want to build a good foundation, all right? So this may be coming in for you after some painful relationship situations that have taken place, and we'll get into that shortly. You're getting number 22, Dragonfly Spirit. Truth transcends illusion, okay? So this could be referring to something that has already taken place, all right? So I don't want to make anyone nervous about what's coming down the pike for you, but this talks about healing, okay? So something has happened recently that has opened your eyes to a situation. This doesn't have to be romantic, okay? For some of you, it will be, okay? For others of you, it could be the way that you looked at a specific thing in your life. It could be an institution. It could be a place that you were working. It could be a religious aspect of your life that you've lived a certain way for a certain amount of time that you're now having questions about, okay? This could come about different for everyone, and there's no wrong way that this is showing up in your life, okay? But what's interesting is the other energies that you're getting is patience and going with the flow. So as much as you are going to be taking action shortly, and we'll talk about that, there is a need to acknowledge how patient that you've been, and that you need to be able to go through the flow at this time as you gather more information. And this seems to be about this illusion that's taking place. Again, rather, depending on what category you find that happening in your life, just being a little bit more patient, going with the flow, not really tipping your hand to what you know. And if we're talking about a work situation, it may be as simple as you found out from a coworker who's friends with HR that there might be doing layoffs or something like that. And at this point in time, you don't want to completely tip your hand as to what you know or what your options are. You just want to kind of go with the flow and just consider what other options you would have should these things happen. Because I feel like whatever information you've been given, it's going to be a completely different twist. It's actually not going to be what you're preparing for. And that's why the patience, that's why the flow, that's why taking time to work on your own healing will be important at this point in time, okay? You have coordinator. This could be a work thing for you or just generally who you are as a person. I hold the world together by my attention to detail. Okay, we have that coming in. And the action, again, like I said, you've been kind of going with the flow, gathering your information and waiting for the right time. And that will be presenting itself soon. I kind of feel like more in end of April, early May, that may be happening. It's not going to happen in March. So again, bide your time or do some research, check intuitively and work on your own personal healing. You definitely don't want to make big choices this year based on just being tired, being burnt out, being fed up, okay? While a lot of times that discomfort is what moves us from point A to point B, you want to make the right choice based on the bigger picture, okay? And it looks like sometimes some Pisces at this point in time are having a harder time seeing the bigger picture because so many things are coming to the forefront that need attention. There's a lot of putting out fires and dealing with things as they come. You haven't had a real chance to sit down quietly and decide, is this even what I want? Okay? That time will be coming for you. All right. So we also have romantically, we're dealing with karmic relationship and camera. So we have fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go, and loving you. All right. So some of you may have been, and this explains a lot of the healing, have been in a karmic relationship that has ended, and now you're coming back to yourself. Some of you may be in this relationship at the time and learning in there as a mirror. Obviously, if it's toxic, start making your way out of it. But if it's something to do with the fact that you have a karmic relationship for a reason, please, as you continue with this relationship or exit this relationship or however this resonates for you, that you are loving yourself and taking the lesson. This does not have to be romantic. This may be resonating for you with a family member that you're having some issues with, okay? And camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learning from the past, making memories. So yeah, this has a lot to do with learning, Pisces. You have letting go, loving you, dealing with your triggers, dealing with lessons, and then learning from the past and making memories. Okay, so you may find yourself in some deja vu situations. As a matter of fact, I probably should have known this before I started all these readings. We do have a Mercury in retrograde coming in. I feel like it is in April into May. I will definitely post that, but that's usually a lot of time where it is a good time for healing, where things move backwards, where they kind of are on delays, where people come back into our lives for different reasons. Opportunities that might have been missed coming back through. So pay attention to that for you. March, we have the Hierophant in reverse. So this talks about traditions. For some of you, this may be the end of a marriage, a divorce may be finalized. For others of you, this could be a break from your traditional church. It could be leaving an institution of education. Maybe you're a teacher. Maybe you're a nurse leaving the institution of a hospital. But something is ending there in March. And whether you're actually walking away from the situation or just seeing through that will be individual for everyone. April, you're getting the Page of Pentacles. So if you do have a child, they could be coming to the forefront of needing attention, extra help, that sort of thing. If you don't have a child and this is coming through as a message for you, you could be receiving an apology from someone. Okay? It might have to do with this Hierophant reversed. Okay? But it could be continuing to move your karma in the right direction. Just be as graceful as possible without sacrificing yourself. Okay? In May, this is a big one. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Being in touch with your immediate destiny, the wheel turning in your favor. Okay, so it looks like whatever struggles you have in March and April, as long as you keep yourself karmically clean, you will have the opportunity to have some big changes come in through May. And like I said, because you are the birthday sign out of the water signs, I'm going to throw a couple extra cards on here for you. What else does Pisces need to know as they go into their next year? Oh, yeah. Okay. So there is, whatever you think is ending in the spring, it's not fully coming to a close yet. So this could be if you are leaving a job and then you gave them like a month's notice. Or if you're, leaving a relationship, but you can't actually move out of the house that you share. It could be something like that because there's a delay in this transformation period. There's a delay in this ending of something for you. That being said, what's really interesting is it looks like whoever you're going to be dealing with is a pretty selfish person, okay? And they would take as much as they possibly can. So just please don't overextend yourself, okay? This card also doesn't have to be a bad thing. This card we're talking about, which we talked about in the beginning of your reading, is keeping your cards close to your vest. This also talks about somebody who has maybe been looking for jobs, has maybe gotten a new job, but hasn't shared that they're leaving where they are yet, because if they did, they would be fired or, whatever. This could go in either way, okay? This could be in career, this could be in relationships. Again, this could be in family dynamics. But what's interesting about that is once that's done, once that moves, we're moving on to wish fulfillment, okay? So get really clear about your choices. Be 100% in your choices while you're being patient and going with the flow. Just be an observer and gather all of the information you can before taking action. But don't be afraid to do so, because it looks like whatever's waiting for you on the other side is going to make you so much happier than what you have going on now. And then we end here with the Hermit, okay? And this is deep reflection, shedding some light on a situation, going within, and also wisdom. So we have that in with Archangel Raphael here, and coming in on a very spiritual year for Pisces. Big change coming ahead, again, in career or relationship, but that will take you to a better level of understanding yourself and having the happiness that you seek. Good luck. Happy birthday.